The culture where we have it so big and it's so loved by people all over the world. It's amazing. I remember Shatta Wale that I'm a king of African dancehall. And watch ya. Where him get him inspiration from? Jamaica.
The matter job hot. Assembly Diloto. Hey! Aye!
The bond between Shatta Wale and Vybz Kartel looks like this particular bond here. Just like SM, their slogan or a slogan, it is for life. Because even before and after the concert, that is the Vybz Kartel Freedom Street concert, how Vybz Kartel has been mentioning Shatta Wale there, looks like we need to go and ask him, because as a Sisiano, it is safe to say that Vybz Kartel is even a Shatta Movement fan. Well, what am I saying? Vybz Kartel in his recent interview has mentioned Shatta Wale again. I have enough details for you. Some people are confused as to why Vybz Kartel mentioned Shatta Wale. I have enough details for you on this particular interview that Vybz Kartel had with Billboard. Exactly. My name is Roland Amate. You are welcome to another exciting edition. Make sure you subscribe and also share your views in the comment section. Let me hear from you. Let me know what you think about what you are going to discuss today. And also let me say that Shagzy has got us covered on this particular platform. If you're a driver and you're looking to making some cool cash, why not download the app, sign up with just 20 Ghana cedis. Whatever you earn, whatever you get is for you. Pay no commission, no service charge to anybody. And if you're a rider, yes, Shagzy has always got you covered. Your most safe, secure, and affordable ride on the market is definitely Shagzy. And also, if you're a lover of art and craft, from painting to sculpture to African fabric to print or what have you, and you need some for yourself, for your offices, your homes, wherever, even on sets, and whatever decoration you would want to do, even fashion-wise, I recommend Tetekwashi Art Market to you. They are located off the Medina La Paz Road. That is the Tetekwashi Runabout, opposite Villaggio, adjacent the Talo office. You can just contact them with the numbers on your screens, and they will definitely get you sorted. So if you're a Ghanaian, obviously purchase made in Ghana goods by patronizing these two products or these two services on the market. Now let's go straight into the mentioning of Shatta Wale by Vybz Kartel. The issue is very simple. So yeah, we all know after their bromance on Vybz Kartel's Freedom Street concert, Shatta Wale has enjoyed different kind of mention on the socials of Vybz Kartel, of which one of the songs that have been trending after that particular concert is Shatta Wale's On God. Yes, whatever touch Shatta Wale has on that particular song looks like did magic on Vybz Kartel, of which even most of the posts that he's actually made with Shatta Wale in the picture has always been on God. And one of the lines even trending from that song is nobody bigger than God. Well, for whatever it is, now recently or not long ago, Vybz Kartel has granted an interview to Billboard. And in that interview, obviously was asked to narrate his experience in prison, even through to his last day, how he was even recording. I will bring you subsequent ones in there, like other conversations that he had with Billboard in other subsequent editions. But then, this particular edition is that of when Vybz Kartel actually mentioned Shatta Wale as one of his favorite Afrobeat artists. You know, he was asked that you've been out of the scene for a while now, obviously for over a decade. There are so many things that have gone on, including the uprising of a genre like Afrobeat, which is one of the top genre in the world. And even in that, Vybz Kartel, who is also abreast with current happenings, actually responded to that, and also was in that response that he mentioned Shatta Wale as one of his favorite Afrobeat artists. The moment he mentioned this, so many people are confused, but then I have a bite on it and I would want to read this to you. So this is what Vybz Kartel said. This is how the question came. It says, since you went away, Afrobeat has exploded in global popularity. How in tune with that world are you? And this is how Vybz Kartel actually answered that particular question. He says, Shatta Wale, Wizkid, and Burna Boy are my three favorite artists. I like Thames too. Afrobeat is nice. You can just vibe to it. I think Buju Banton was saying something that is quote unquote controversial about it during an interview last year. But I understand where he's coming from. Buju is a dancehall reggae artist, so he's going to be singing more conscious stuff about society, but there is a space for happy and fun music. And this is what came from Vybz Kartel. I mean, when the moment Vybz Kartel named Shatta Wale as part of his favorite Afrobeat artist, so many people have raised concern as to, but is it not the same Vybz Kartel that on his stage actually named Shatta Wale as the African dancehall king? Why then is he mentioning him again as one of his favorite Afrobeat artists by mentioning Wizkid, by mentioning Wizkid, Shatta Wale and Burna Boy as his favorite top 3 Afrobeat artists?
Believe me, the culture big. The culture where we have it so big and it's so loved by people all over the world. It's amazing. I remember Shatta Wale that I'm a king of African dancehall. And watch ya. Where I'm getting inspiration from? Jamaica.
Well, the explanation is very simple. We all know that when it comes to Ghanaian music, African music, and the world music, there are some artists that whose name cannot be omitted in certain conversations. Let me put this right. So, an example is Jedouble Ambule. We all know Jedouble Ambule to be a high life artist. In fact, if you're looking for one of the champions of high life, you will definitely mention Jedouble Ambule. But then, when it comes to the story of rap in Ghana, wherever it is being mentioned, even through to hip life as an offshoot of rap, definitely anytime it is being mentioned, its origin, its influence, especially as far as Ghanaian music is concerned, you would definitely find the Jedouble Ambule's name in there. So now, this is where Shatta Wale comes in, even in the Afrobeat conversation. You remember, not long ago, when Grammys had an article and they were talking about hip life, even through to modern day trap music and rap music, yes, Shatta Wale found his name in there. That is how versatile he is. Even though he may claim to be the African dancehall king now, or he is the African dancehall king currently, of which even Vybz Kartel actually mentioned it, he is also versatile. Let me take your mind back to when he released the Connect album, which is a strictly Afrobeat masterpiece. And that is why somebody like Vybz Kartel will also mention him. So if you are surprised or if you have your doubts or questions as to why Vybz Kartel will mention Shatta Wale as the African dancehall king, and will also go ahead to mention him as one of his favorite Afrobeat artists, this stamps the fact that Shatta Wale is definitely one of Africa's top artists. One of Africa's top artists who is very versatile. So when it comes to the dancehall fraternity, obviously this is the African dancehall king. And when it comes to the Afrobeat fraternity, definitely he also stands tall, of which his name, even in those conversations, can still not be omitted. Yes, Shatta Wale is known for his reggae dancehall prowess though, but then even a feature like Already with Beyonce speaks volume, because when Beyonce wanted to feature African artists as a pop star or as a pop musician, yes, decided to feature Afrobeat artists. And here, aside the Wizkids and the likes that she featured, she also featured Shatta Wale. So in that sense, there is no way you can have the Afrobeat conversation, especially on that level, without mentioning the likes of Shatta Wale. Definitely their names will pop up in there. So if you're wondering why your favorite probably may be championing Afro dancehall, like an Afrobeat and a dancehall combination, yet still their names are not still mentioned in this conversation, it speaks volumes. Maybe it is either their influence is not to that level, or the person speaking may not be abreast by their works. And that is how it is. That is how it is. And again, we all know that when it comes to music coming from Africa, fortunately or unfortunately, wherever Afrobeat is being mentioned or African music is being mentioned, looks like currently most of the African sounds, or almost all the African sounds, are being boxed into one bracket, that is Afrobeat. I remember when is it Ira Star or Thames Emumu Bako had an award on a Grammy stage, or I think a BET stage, when she won the Afrobeat Artist of the Year, Afrobeat Song of the Year. She made a correction that she is an Amapiano artist. You understand? She is an Amapiano artist and not an Afrobeat artist.
African music can be pop music too. Like, this is just so special, but also bittersweet, because I know there's a tendency to group all African artists under Afrobeat. It's a thing, and even though Afrobeats has run things and has opened so many doors for us, African music is so diverse. It's more than just Afrobeats. I come from South Africa. I represent Amapiano. I represent my culture, and I just want to shout out all the Afrobeats artists in this category with me. Shout out Thames, Ira Star, shout out Loj, shout out Rema, Whiskey, Burna Boy, all of us. And yeah,
Burna Boy on countless occasions have also debunked the fact that he's an Afrobeat artist. So many of them, including Wizkid and all of that. Yes, but then Afrobeat is something that is African, of which so many of our African top artists cannot run away from it. Therefore, whether they parade themselves as Afrobeat artists or not, when you are talking about the success of that genre, definitely some of these people's names will be mentioned. And here I am talking about the likes of Wizkid, Burna Boy, Davido, Thames, Ira Star, and all of that, including Shatta Wale. You understand? So it is not so surprising. So that is the other side, of which would be the reason why Vybz Kartel will also mention Shatta Wale as one of his favorite Afrobeat artists, because some people have a way of boxing all the African sounds under one umbrella called Afrobeat. But then on the reggae and dancehall level, or on the dancehall level as a dancehall artist that he is, if he is looking for one person who does the dancehall genre and does it best, definitely that is what he mentioned on stage. On the African continent, it is definitely Shatta Wale, who is also known as the African dancehall king. Well, so I hope this actually answers some of your question, whether from the ignorant point of view or from a good place. Some people may wonder or may be asking questions, and it is definitely coming from a good place. Perhaps some of these explanations and understanding are not in the system, but others are also asking from a diable place, and to those people, this is the same way a good explanation to them. If you have any other reason, or if you have any other question as far as Vybz Kartel actually mentioning Shatta Wale's name as part of the people that he likes, even in the Afrobeat genre, you can also share your views in the comment section. Let me hear from you. Let me know what you think. Until then, my name is Roland Amate. Thanks for tuning in. I'll meet you on the other side. Bye-bye for now.
The matter chop hot. Assembly Diloto. Hey! Aye! Hey!